At least 8 people have been killed after a gunman opened fire on his co-workers at a California rail yard Wednesday morning. The shooting took place around 6:30 a.m. local time at the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority in San Jose. Officials say a bomb squad was also combing through the building to determine if any explosive devices had been left there. At this point, authorities are still trying to piece together a motive for the attack. CBS News correspondent Jamie Yuccas begins our coverage in San Jose.
This is an active shooter.
The first shots rang out shortly after 6:30 as transit workers were changing shifts ahead of the morning commute.
They're still actively looking for him, and he was last seen on the 3rd floor.
Police say the gunman killed 8 people and injured others before turning the gun on himself. CBS News has learned the shooter is Samuel Cassidy, a 57-year-old Valley Transit employee who lived nearby. A law enforcement source tells CBS News workers had gathered for a union meeting. When the shooting started, they were heard yelling, "Run, hide, fight."
Does this feel like you lost 8 members of your family?
Absolutely. And even more so for the direct employees. It's a small organization. Everyone knows everyone.
The shooter's motive is still not known at this time. Adding to the chaos, a bomb-sniffing dog detected explosives at the scene.
We received information that there are explosive devices that are located inside the building. That being said, we activated our bomb squad.
8 miles away, smoke could be seen billowing from Cassidy's home, where police suspect arson. Hundreds of rounds of ammunition were found at the home.
This is a very dark moment for our city and for our community. These are and were essential workers.
Workers and family members waited across the street at the county administration building when they heard the brutal news.
People inside there, and later on today, will be learning that it was goodbye forever.
Our heart pains for the families and the co-workers, because we know that so many are feeling deeply this loss of their loved ones and their friends.
This month so far, there have been 62 mass shootings in the U.S. Today's senseless violence is the 7th workplace shooting this year.
Pick a state, and here we are. Begs the damn question, what the hell's going on in the United States of America? What the hell's wrong with us?
And Jamie Yuccas joins me now. Jamie, officials say that victims were shot in 2 separate buildings. What more can you tell us about the crime scene there?
Well, I can tell you investigators are still on scene combing through those 2 buildings. They also have to go through the suspect's house, which started on fire around the same time that he showed up here to work. It's only about 8 miles away. So they're going over multiple crime scenes at this point to try to determine a motive. That we still don't know why the suspect, Sam Cassidy, would do something like this. 8 people were killed. And then what happened a short time later after the scene was secure is that bomb-sniffing dogs were brought in because there had been some talk that he may have brought explosives to the scene. A bomb-sniffing dog then detected what seemed to be a scent of some type of explosive device. So they're now not only scouring for evidence, but also explosives, Lana.
And has there been any update on the victims, Jamie?
We don't have any update on the victims at this point in time. What we do know is that there are 8 victims. We don't know the number of men versus women. We know that there were some women working as mechanics within the department, but we don't know what the makeup of those 8 victims are. We also know family members showed up to the scene. They were brought to a reunification site nearby. And what we were told by the head of the VTA, the Valley Transportation Authority, is that he met with them, and several of them were trying to get in touch with their loved ones. We know that more than 10 people were also injured, so we don't know their conditions at this point or what type of state they're in. So these family members are desperately trying to get a hold of their loved ones, and some of them may never be coming home. Others may be in the hospital, and that's what we know at this point, is that they're still trying to sort everything out and figure out where these victims are at and how to get the family members back reunified with them.
Yeah, you also mentioned that there's an investigation ongoing into a fire at the suspect's home. What is the latest on that and any potential connection to the shooting?
So investigators have been over there all day long as well. This, of course, happened at 6:30 in the morning local time. And so we're well into 8-9 hours at this point of investigators searching both of these scenes. Again, 8 minutes from each other, 8 miles from each other between the workplace and the home. We know that at one point this morning, around the same time that a call came in that shots were fired, there could be smoke seen billowing from the top of the house. Neighbors then called 911, not sure what was going on. And that's when both law enforcement and the fire department showed up to put that fire out. It is assumed that he may have started his own house on fire, that this is an arson that took place over there, but we still don't know for sure, and we don't know why he would do that and then show up here to work and shoot his colleagues, which the VTA head, I will have to tell you, the Valley Transportation Authority, the head of that, said that this is a very tight-knit family. Everyone knows each other. He feels like 8 family members died today.
Well, Jamie, thank you for covering it and bringing us the very latest.